What are you doing?
This is the story of Paul, a stray cat who wandered into our shop hungry and scared. But what happened afterward is something I'll never forget. One day, a cat suddenly showed up at the shop where I work. We'd always had stray cats wandering around the area from time to time, but this one felt different right away. There was something about him that made me feel like he truly wanted help. At first, he stayed far away from everyone. He would sit quietly near the edge of the parking lot or hide close to the side of the building, watching everything from a distance. Most stray cats around here never stayed very long, but Paul kept coming back day after day. The way he looked at me made it seem like he wanted to trust someone, but just didn't know how yet.
Oh.
I had part of a ham sandwich with me that day, so I left some food out for him. At first, he was extremely shy and kept his distance. But the next day, he came back again. He looked hungry, so I brought a couple cans of cat food over to the spot where he liked to hang around. In the beginning, I'd leave the food and walk away so he could eat without feeling nervous around people. Sometimes I'd glance back from the shop window and see him finally creeping over to the bowl once he knew I wasn't too close. Little by little though, he started getting more comfortable. Before long, he wanted to eat his lunch sitting right beside me. That's when I decided to call him Paul.
Paul, how you doing?
After that, Paul started meeting me every single day during my lunch break. No matter what kind of day I was having, seeing him waiting there somehow made things feel lighter. It became part of our routine. I'd pull up to work in the morning, and before I even stepped out of the car, I'd spot him nearby watching for me. Eventually, even after the food was gone, he'd still stay nearby. One day, he surprised me by jumping right into my lap. I gently reached down to pet him, and instead of pulling away, he curled up close and snuggled into me like he'd been waiting for that moment for a long time. That was the moment everything changed.
Good cat, gentle.
From then on, Paul became my little work partner. He followed me around the shop everywhere I went. Sometimes he'd sit nearby and quietly watch while I worked, almost like he thought he had an important job to do too. Other times, he'd stretch out in the sun near the entrance, or wander into the office looking for attention from everyone else. Watching him grow more trusting every day made me start thinking maybe it was finally time to bring him home. So one day I brought him to my house. At first he seemed interested in hopping into the car and going for a ride, but once we got home I could tell immediately that he hated being inside. He wouldn't settle down, barely touched anything, and clearly didn't like being confined in a house. The whole time he seemed anxious and uncomfortable. I realized pretty quickly that Paul wasn't the kind of cat who wanted to be an indoor pet. As much as I loved him, I knew forcing him into a completely different life wouldn't be fair to him. I was worried that if I forced him to stay indoors, he might panic, escape, and disappear forever. So in the end, I decided to bring him back to the place where he felt happiest and safest, where he belonged. The winters here can get pretty cold, and I couldn't stop thinking about him being outside all night, so I decided to build him his own little shelter. I insulated it to keep him warm and even painted it a nice color. I made sure he had soft blankets, a safe place to sleep, and protection from the wind and rain. Before long, Paul basically had his own little office at the shop, and honestly, it suited him perfectly.
Sleeping.
Now it's been 2 years. Every morning when I pull into work, Paul is sitting there waiting for me. I feed him every day, and he's become so relaxed and comfortable around all of us. Sometimes he'll curl up in my lap and nap while I'm sitting down, and most days he still follows me around the shop like my tiny supervisor. Some of my co-workers have formed their own little routines with him too. A few people always stop to pet him before starting work, and others save part of their lunch break just to sit outside with him for a few minutes. On stressful days, Paul somehow manages to make everybody smile without doing much at all. It's hard to explain just how much joy he brings to the place. Everyone at work loves Paul just as much as I do. A lot of people spend their lunch breaks giving him attention and cuddles. He may not live inside my house, but this shop became his home a long time ago. And somewhere along the way, he became the biggest part of our work family. Stories like Paul's remind me that animals don't always need perfect circumstances to feel loved. Sometimes what matters most is simply being patient enough to understand who they are and what makes them feel safe. Paul taught me that love isn't about forcing an animal into the life we imagine for them. It's about meeting them where they are and giving them comfort in the way they need it most. If you're ever thinking about adopting or caring for an animal, remember that every pet has its own personality, fears, and needs. Some animals adjust quickly, while others need time, patience, and understanding before they fully trust people. The most important thing is making sure you're ready to give them consistent care, safety, and love for the long run. And if this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. It truly helps these stories reach more people who care about animals just as much as we do. Thanks so much for watching.
What are you doing? Paul, what are you doing? You good to go?